Another young woman has lost her life yet again.
Jessica is dead. Jessica, that beautiful girl. At least his is calling me. Jessica is dead. Why was she dead?
The internet has gone crazy for a few days, but it has died down. Behind this is a bigger story a lot of people are overlooking. How did cosmetic surgery become a survival strategy for a lot of Nigerian young women? Hi guys, my name is Mamacita. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I always tell you I keep it 100. But in this video, I'm going to step to 101. So don't forget to smash the subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so that you'll be reminded every time I post. In today's video, I've broken it down into 4 main talking points. So let's jump right into it.
This documentary contains sensitive and graphic visual content. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
So first of all, I would like to give context into our topic of discussion today, how the BBL procedure originated, and just to give a little more contextual understanding. The Brazilian butt lift, commonly known as the BBL, is a cosmetic procedure designed to enhance the size and shape of the buttocks using fat from other parts of the body. So fat is basically transferred from probably your problem areas, because a lot of people do store fat in different places, probably your belly, your arms, maybe your thighs or something, and it's just to enhance the booty. The process sounds simple on paper, but the reality is far more complex. During the surgery, doctors perform liposuction, removing fat from areas such as the stomach, waist, thighs, or back. Then the fat is purified and injected into the buttocks to create a rounder and more sculpted figure. And what's the goal of all of this? To have the hourglass silhouette, that figure 8 shape. But this is usually exaggerated, having the slim tiny waist and big booty. This BBL is killing y'all guys. The surgery usually lasts 2 to 3 hours and recovery can take weeks, even months. Patients are often instructed not to sit directly on their buttocks for at least 2 weeks to prevent damaging the transferred fat cells.
Asshole. Kenda, how you feeling? I'm feeling okay. Okay, so we're getting ready to have our first massage. But the massages can be painful and stuff.
So that's the reason why you see a lot of them laying down chest flats doing their videos. Oh, this is me after my BBL. This is how I look. This is my recovery journey, wearing their fajas and everything.
Tissue.
But the BBL didn't originate in Nigeria. The procedure emerged in Brazil in the 1960s and 70s, where surgeons began experimenting with fat grafting techniques. It gained global popularity in the 2000s. Then came the moment that changed everything. Celebrity culture, reality television, Instagram, social media, everybody wanted to have the hourglass look. Suddenly, the hourglass body became the new global beauty currency, and a procedure that once belonged to the elite cosmetic clinics exploded into a worldwide trend. Everybody wanted to have that shape, achievable through genetics or through your surgeon. Today, more than 800,000 BBL procedures are performed globally each year, and the number has increased dramatically over the past decade. Between 2012 and 2022 alone, BBL surgeries increased by over 650% worldwide. Wow. But popularity came with a dark reality. The BBL procedure is considered one of the most dangerous procedures in the world.
Since you've had this procedure and noticed how dangerous they are?
I have.
Have you heard of the other really bad complication you can get from BBLs?
No.
Death. It's the most fatal operation in all of plastic surgery.
Oh, wow.
Let's talk about this dangerous BBL procedure and why people are still going through with it, risking their lives day in and out. Unlike breast implants or lip fillers, the BBL carries a unique high risk. The reason lies in one terrifying complication: fat embolism. And why does this happen?
Jesus, please help me! Doctor, what is happening to my bum bum?
We're pumping it!
During surgery, because fat is injected into the buttocks, but if the fat accidentally enters the bloodstream and travels to the lungs or heart, it can block vital blood vessels, causing sudden death. And that's the reason why we have been seeing a lot of people pass away, because this fat, enter the wrong artery, vein, or canal. Medical studies estimate that the mortality rate for BBL procedures has historically ranged from 1 death in every 3,000 to 6,000 surgeries. That might sound rare, But in cosmetic surgery, that is actually alarmingly high. Some studies have labeled it as the deadliest aesthetic surgery ever performed. Globally, hundreds of deaths have been linked to BBL complications, and some of these complications include kidney failure, infections, severe asymmetry, blood clots, nerve damage, and long-term tissue deaths. Even when performed successfully, only about 60 to 80% of the transferred fat survives permanently. And this is the reason why patients undergo multiple corrective surgeries, because some of those tissues do not survive.
So I chose to have a BBL reduction with a lift. My doctor made a small incision on my glute area, kind of like a little butterfly, to lift and reshape my butt. I decided to go this route because the overhang I had was just too much. Like, my booty was super saggy, it was very diaper-like, and simply just removing fat and using a laser wasn't gonna fix it. Now, one of the biggest reasons why I chose my doctor and why I came to Colombia is because the medical techniques here are very different from the US.
Yet, despite this risk, demand keeps rising because the pressure to look a certain way has never been strong. To understand why BBL exploded in Nigeria, we need to understand something deeper. Social media, TikToks, Instagram, skits, entertainment, music videos, Snapchat. For the first time in human history, the human body became content. A lot of people tuned in just to look at that person's body and the person's, figure eight. And the female body has become one of the most powerful attention engines on the internet. The hourglass body performs well online. It gets likes, views, brand deals, influencer trips. In Nigeria's influencer economy, aesthetics has become a business model. Fashion brands design clothes around exaggerated curves. It's almost as if you can't even find anything for natural bodies again on the racks. Music videos glorify the hyper-sculpted female figure, comedy skits reinforce it, and gradually the abnormal becomes normal. Young girls growing up today are being introduced to body standards that didn't exist a generation ago. And let's be frank, these standards for body types change every generation, every decade. But here's the paradox. Most of the bodies setting these standards are not natural. They are surgically engineered, yet the illusion of natural beauty remains the marketing strategy. Influencers post gym videos, workout routines, waist trainer journeys, squat challenges, but nobody actually sees them on the operating table, and they come and promote a lot of fitness products to you, thinking that their body is natural, but it's not. Talking about the Nigerian Baddie economy. In Lagos, beauty is not just about an aesthetic, it is actually a social capital. This gives you access to certain circles, opportunities, and certain privileges that the average Nigerian might not, or Lagosians might not be able to get.
At the end of the day, why do you people really do the BBL? If you ask, you don't sit down and ask. All of this, not to increase their market value, nothing more. All this BBL, where did they do? Not to increase their market value. Down to all the Nollywood actresses, where when they see they copy from. And to just pitch themselves so that they'll be seen. Is this desire? Is this greed? Not greed. It's greed, nothing more. It's greed. If I have a bigger nyash, more men will be looking at me. They get all these things done so that they can be seen by politicians. So that they can be more obvious to the footballers, to the musicians. Then they will hide it under socialites.
Being a baddie today can mean access to elite parties, wealthy partners, luxury lifestyles, and brand sponsorships. In some circles, your body determines your social mobility, how you climb up the socio-economic ladder. And the pressure is immense because in these spaces, looking average can mean invisibility. The modern Nigerian beauty hierarchy is increasingly built around three things: a tiny waist, wide hips, and a very specific kind of Instagram body. This has created an entire underground economy. Cosmetic clinics, medical tourism, unregulated procedures, and social media marketing that often hides the risk. Across the world, countries like Turkey, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, and Mexico have become hotspots for cosmetic surgery tourism. Some procedures can cost as little as $2,500 to $3,500 in places like Colombia, in places like Turkey or Mexico, while in the United States it can cost about $10,000 and above. Many Nigerian women travel abroad for surgeries, others go to clinics, some go to underground practitioners because the demand is enormous and these clients, women, keep coming in day after day. Now, let's talk about the hidden recovery. What many people don't see is the recovery process. After surgery, patients experience swelling, bruising, intense pain, and restricted movement. Sleeping becomes difficult, sitting becomes difficult, normal daily lifestyle things you do, mobility becomes very difficult. Doctors often recommend 2 to 4 weeks at least of recovery, and this can span into 2 months, 3 months if complications may arise. Compression garments must be worn constantly. Special pillows are used to avoid sitting on Botox, and let's not talk about the endless massages that these people have to do. They say drainage, just massage, post-op massages, and even people who come from dirty December IJJBs, they have to book massage parlors while they are here because of the complications that may arise. The body slowly heals over months, but social media rarely shows this stage. Instead, followers see the final result, the perfect lighting, perfect poses, and perfect illusions. But on the flip side, recently we have seen videos of people, on the recovery process, lying down flat on their chest. I wanted to say sitting down, but that's not even possible. And how they are recovering and being taken care of post-op. But the big twist here is the beauty standard keeps changing. Over the years, we've seen different beauty standards, from being slim to being busty to being skinny thick to being thick, has been changing over time. But is it wise enough to let your health or your body be dictated by trends? History shows us something important. Beauty standards change constantly. In the 1990s and early 2000s, the ideal body was thin, flat stomach, minimal curves, slim hips. Then the Kardashian era arrived. Let's be honest, the Kardashian sisters, they were huge trendsetters for this BBLs. And suddenly, the beauty ideal flipped. Currency became curves became currency, but trends never stay still. Recently, some celebrities have been found to be reversing their BBLs, reducing it, maybe because of old age, childbirth, or maybe it is already sagging. And this just shows and reinforces the fact that beauty standards shift every given time. This raises an uncomfortable question. What happens to the millions of women who surgically altered their bodies for a trend or because they were influenced? Just like in the Bible, it says, there's nobody who will embark on a journey or a project and will not count the cost. Here, what is the psychological cost of BBLs? Plastic surgery is often framed as empowerment. The deeper conversation is more complicated. For many women, cosmetic surgery sits at the intersection of body image, social pressure, economic opportunity, and also digital validation through social media. And for young girls growing up, seeing all of this online, it tells them their body is their value. The death of one woman may trend for a week, but the system that produced the pressure remains. The BBL pandemic is not just about surgery alone. Although these clinics have to be held accountable, it's about a culture that increasingly monetizes beauty. It's about social media that rewards certain bodies. It's about industries that profit from insecurity. And it's about a generation growing up in a world where appearance has become a form of currency. And we have people incentivizing this. The question is no longer if BBLs will continue. It probably will. But what happens when an entire society begins reshaping itself to chase an ever-changing illusion? Maybe the real question here isn't why women keep having BBLs. Maybe it is what kind of society makes them feel like they cannot survive without one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, watch other videos on my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
And first of all, don't forget to subscribe my channel and like, comment, share, and please don't skip my video. I want to watch till the end.